So, not many Americans who can say they climbed Mount Everest. This evening, we are joined by one of them, Tyler Andrews, who made it to the summit in less than 10 hours earlier this year.
Tyler, it is so great to have you here, but we need to expand on that. You didn't just climb Mount Everest. You've climbed it a few times, but you are now the fastest man ever to climb Mount Everest. You did it in the fastest time.
That is true, yeah, and I will correct you. It was the first time I actually made it to the summit.
That was your first summit?
That was the first time.
So you've tried before,
it was
right?
7 attempts, but that was the one time I've made it, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that makes it a better story.
Over 6 going into it, yeah.
But we were talking about, like, while you're doing this, it's weather, it's all these other things that you can get so close. You were so close when you had to...
Exactly, yeah, just I think it was 3 days before I had to go up again. I was within 1,000 feet of the summit and I had to turn around because of wind. So yeah, it was been a challenging journey.
Yeah, I mean, you had to take weather into account. I mean, people die climbing Everest, so that's an emotional toll that it takes on you, and then you have to turn around. How long did you have to prepare for this? I know you've tried before, right? But
yeah, I mean, honestly, it's kind of a lifetime journey. I started running when I was a teenager in high school and then kind of ran professionally and then found my way into the mountains, the big mountains, in the last 5 or 6 years and just really loved it. I spent a bunch of time out here in Colorado, ran the Leadville 100 a couple times, did a bunch of climbing out here and climbing in the Andes, and then you look for bigger mountains and you pretty much have to go to the Himalaya, and Everest is the tallest mountain on earth, so it's kind of always calling, you know?
God, gee, I'm trying to wrap my brain around this, obviously. So, but doing this again and again, and then like you have the weather and everything, how do you keep focused and motivated?
You know, there's a fine line between stubbornness and perseverance, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I always think of it as stubbornness. My parents certainly would think of it as stubbornness, but I definitely think I have a mindset for setting my mind on a hard goal, like being the fastest person ever to climb Everest. And even if it takes years, which in this case it did, to me it's just, when I find a challenge that is exciting to me, that I'm passionate about, and that I think I'm capable of, but I haven't done it yet, that's like this incredible, you know, powerful motivator for me.
Yeah.
And so I know you journaled your way up there, and you had a crew with you. There's going to be a documentary, which I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
But tell me this, because there are so many people here who love climbing mountains, and they do 14ers here and all of that. And I love hiking, but what was it like at the top? Was it peaceful at all, or was it just too crazy by the time you got there?
Yeah.
It was a little bit of all of that. It's interesting. So many people ask about how you navigate the crowds. And for me, I went on the very last day of the climbing season. And so we actually had the mountain entirely to ourselves. It was only me and one other member of our team who were up there on the summit that day. And you do have this kind of calm eye of the storm moment up there because you've put all this effort into getting up the mountain. Obviously, you have to get back down safely, but you do have this little pause up there where you're on top of the world and everything is down below you. And we were there just at sunrise. It was unbelievably beautiful. And yeah, it was a really special moment.
How long were you up there, and what did you do? Did you listen to music? What did you do? I'm trying to envision this moment, which very few people on Earth ever experience.
So I got up there, and luckily we actually have radio contact down to base camp, so I was able to communicate with my team who was down there. My partner was actually down there, and she was nervously kind of on radio all night and keeping an eye on everything, and I was able to say hi to them. I was actually able to get my parents on the phone over the radio from base camp, so I could talk to them all the way in Massachusetts, which was amazing. So we had kind of a few minutes up there. I think I was probably only up there for 15, 20 minutes, and then, you know, kind of blinders focused on to get back down safe.
It's sort of like being an astronaut in some ways. You're getting a view that nobody else has. I mean, your family members, your mom's not terrified that you do this?
I think there are times where they would rather I had gone into engineering, which was what my degree was in. But
you think?
No, they've been super supportive. They're wonderful. You know, I try to kind of maybe tone it down a little bit beforehand, and then after the fact, I kind of share some of the scarier details. But
smart.
They've been great. They've been amazing and so supportive of me.
And
What's next then?
Yeah, just quickly, what you've done Everest? What's next?
Yeah, that's what everyone wants to know. You know, it's funny. We talk about in sport that when you accomplish this great thing, a lot of people kind of feel this lull or that they don't have anything left to do. And for me personally, there's so much more that I want to do as an athlete, whether it's running here in Colorado, doing the 14ers, going back to the Himalaya. I've got dozens of projects on my mind. And like you mentioned at the beginning, we've got maybe a film coming out. I'll tease that. I'm working on a book. So lots of big projects that I'm excited about going forward.
Yeah. You didn't need to be an engineer. There's plenty of engineers.
We'll see.
Plenty of
My
engineers.
brother's an engineer. I'll let him have it.
Right? You already got one in the family.
Exactly.
All right, Tyler, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you, guys.
Honor to meet you.
Thank you.
And good luck with whatever is next. I'm sure you're going to tackle it.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Sports is coming up next.